On June 24th, 2021, the unthinkable happened. A massive section of the Champlain Tower South, a condominium in Surfside, Florida, suddenly collapsed, killing almost 100 people and an unborn baby. But what led to this devastating event, and who is to blame for the disaster? Today, we'll take a closer look at the causes of the collapse, who is at fault, and understand what went wrong. It was late in the night, approximately 1:29 a.m., when residents of Champlain Towers South in Surfside, Florida, were awakened by the sound of an enormous crash. A portion of the 12-story beachfront condominium building collapsed in seconds, which sent debris everywhere. Rescue teams worked for days trying to pull survivors from the wreckage, but the hope of finding anyone alive quickly disappeared. Ultimately, 98 people were confirmed dead, including residents, guests, and children. What caused the collapse, you might ask? Investigations into the Surfside condo disaster have pointed to a combination of factors, both immediate and long-term. First, structural weaknesses in the building were identified. A 2018 report from an engineering firm called Morabito Consultants revealed troubling signs such as significant concrete deterioration and corrosion of steel reinforcement in the underground parking garage. This included damage to a slab beneath the pool deck, where water was found to be infiltrating and causing further erosion. In October 2020, initial repairs around the pool could not be completed because, according to engineers, the deterioration had penetrated so deeply that repairs would have risked destabilizing that area. So on April 9th, 2021, a letter to residents had outlined a $15 million remedial works program, noting that concrete deterioration was accelerating and had become much worse since the 2018 report. What is concrete deterioration and steel corrosion? Concrete deterioration refers to the progressive degradation of the performance of concrete structures over time. It typically occurs when the material is exposed to weather, water, or chemicals over a long time. In Surfside, the deterioration was caused by water penetration, intensified by the salty, humid coastal environment of Surfside, which led to significant corrosion of the reinforcing steel, rebar, and the concrete. The deterioration of concrete, particularly in the pool deck area, had been ongoing for years. The pool deck had been leaking water that seeped into the building's foundation, causing damage to the concrete below. Water intrusion was so severe that some engineers said it created the perfect state for a structural failure. Further investigations found that, over time, the waterproofing around the pool deck had failed, allowing water to pool and infiltrate the building's lower levels. This constant exposure to water caused the concrete to weaken and steel reinforcements to rust, which undermined the structure of the building. As these issues worsened, they put more pressure on the building's structural framework. The collapse of a slab in the garage, combined with the already compromised foundation, led to the catastrophic collapse of the entire building. But that's not all. A combination of design flaws and lack of proper maintenance also caused the collapse. Experts point out that the building's foundation was never fully suited for the unique environmental conditions of Surfside, Florida, where salty sea air can be absorbed by concrete, causing corrosion of supporting steel inside, rebar. Who was to blame for the loss of so many lives? In the aftermath, multiple parties have been inspected. The most falls on those responsible for the building's design, construction, and maintenance. William M. Friedman and Associates Architects was the architect for the project's 1979 contract. Their team made errors in the building's foundation design. An association of Canadian developers built the Champlain Towers. At the forefront of the group was Nathan Reiber, but there are at least 5 others who were prominently involved. Engineers believed that the condo was built on an insufficient base, but more recently, the condominium's owners and management may have a heavier share of responsibility. After the 2018 report that highlighted the structural issues, it took 3 more years
2,000 years
for the
later.
building's board to act. At that time, residents continued to live in the building without repairs being made. In addition, the condo association, which was responsible for approving repairs and overseeing the building's upkeep, failed to take quick action to address the risks.
Failure!
Conclusion: the Surfside condominium collapse serves as a reminder that no matter how big an engineering project is, there might still be flaws. Poor maintenance and failure to take quick actions to assess the risks can lead to catastrophic disasters. We can hope that the lessons and the flaws learned from the unfortunate disaster won't happen again.
Thank you.